Okay, so welcome back. So we are video number 2 of the new year, and we are keeping with that consistency of trying to get up 2 videos a week. 2 videos a week? 1 video every week. Yeah, so today we are working on our first session of the week as well. So we've got front squats, a bit of a pull session, and possibly some core at some point today as well. So like I said, we are back into a full week of work as well this week. So pretty busy Monday to Friday, and my sessions then are having to be kind of like spread out over the course of a day. So rather than getting kind of like one full hour and a half to 2 hour session, I'm getting kind of like an hour here, half an hour there, and then trying to do whatever I can. But we are getting it done nonetheless. So front squats, a bit of a pull session, and some core as well today. And it's something I'm keen to introduce a little bit more into my sessions, which is a little bit more core work. I find it incredibly boring, but we're gonna get it done anyway. Okay, so first up was front squats. Haven't squatted properly in the best part of probably about 2 months. So started with front squats just to get back into the routine of squatting regularly. Working here with about 70-ish percent of my 1 at max. So 60 kilos for 3 sets of 5. Again, looking to hit depth. And then just get a little bit more comfortable in those squatting positions again. Moving on to the first superset then. So we supersetted pendlay rows from the floor with chin-ups. So again, with the pendlay row, we're looking at increasing pulling strength from the floor, and then following that up with a kind of vertical pulling movement. So 2019 is really going to be the year where I focus down on getting better at chin-ups and increasing my vertical pulling strength. And then moving on to the last one, we have a superset of RDLs and kind of leg curls using the Swiss ball. So again, we're getting the hamstrings into that kind of lengthened position in the RDLs, and then focusing on getting stronger in the shortened position in our leg curls. So that's it, first kind of leg-ish session done of the new year. Again, gonna get a little bit more rehab work done today. Go through a little bit of that with you in a while. But yeah, feeling pretty good. And again, I'm not gonna rush this kind of rehab process this time. I've already kind of like made the managers aware that I'm probably not going to play any competitive game, at least not in the first 2 weeks of January, and probably not into the 3rd week in January. So I'm aiming for like the last weekend in January to make my way back. I will be back to training properly twice this week. Again, still not 100%, probably working at about 80%, and then hopefully the week after then. So when I come back from Amsterdam next week I'm back on a Tuesday night, so my first training session back will be the Thursday. I'm hoping that'll be my first kind of full session. So looking forward to that. Focusing on not rushing this back, because the foot's a dodgy one, because if you don't rehab your foot properly, considering it's the thing that's most in contact with the floor, and if you've got issues with your foot, again, that could lead to problems with your ankle, knees, hips, the whole way up the chain. And if you don't get it right properly now, in a week, a year, 10 years time, we could have some serious other issues relating to that. So we don't want that to happen. So Garrett Higgins hooking us up with the fresh fade again. So the last 24 hours we've had Darragh Costello into us. I've been working with Darragh Costello for the last possibly 5 to 6 weeks during his kind of off-season into pre-season program, and in the last week or so he's actually signed his pro contract with Galway for this year. So massive congratulations to him. It's been great working with him. He's one of those athletes that takes things on extremely quickly, and he's learned, well, I hope he's learned a hell of a lot over the last couple of weeks. Still doing bits now between kind of pre-season, and then we'll see how we go then into the rest of the season. We may just kind of work with him on a sporadic basis, but more in a kind of an online capacity for the year. So taking care of his training, making sure that he's kind of keeping on top of recovery and things like that. So obviously if you're balancing that with school and everything else, it can get a little bit more tough. We've also finishing the footage for the Youth Athletic Development Program, the series. So I've done the first 4 videos, and finished off videoing with Mark on yesterday evening. So we've recorded our lower body exercises, our upper body exercises, and a couple of other things as well. So they should be good to go from the end of next week. So obviously with Mark's equipment, we're recording 4K, and that takes a little bit longer for me to edit and export because the file sizes are bigger and things like that. But they're all done. So hopefully what I'll do then is I can spend a little less time trying to explain stuff within the vlog type videos, and I can get down to doing more kind of like life stuff. So obviously going to Amsterdam this weekend, and that's probably gonna be my first like proper vlog going away, because I've gone to Budapest, Nice, and where else we go, Albufeira, and what I've just done with those is taking clips and put together a little short video, whereas now I'm probably going to do like a proper vlog this weekend for the first time. Obviously introduce Claire into the videos, and what else do we have? We have, yeah, so just to finish off the video then with obviously what's the title about. So when it comes down to obviously managing fatigue and managing rehab properly, you've got to manage your training load. So obviously I'm after taking the best part of about 6 weeks off fully from training, and I've probably trained maybe 3 times in the last 2 months, which hasn't been ideal. So the worst thing I could possibly do was try and get straight back into doing the things that I was doing before I got injured. So what you've got to do, you just have to take a step-by-step approach to one, kind of like minimizing soreness by reducing volume like a lot within the sessions, increasing the frequency as much as you can. So what you're going to do is you're going to reduce the volume to about 60% of your total, and then try and split that up throughout the days, as opposed to doing that 60% on one day. Because what will happen is you start to pick up those soreness in your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and then that's going to affect your ability to kind of train again the following day, and then you can kind of slowly add those back in. The easiest way to think about it as well is if you there's this thing called the RPE scale. So basically you rate a session based on how hard it is out of 10. So 10 being the hardest session we've ever done, extremely difficult, and 1 being really easy, you could have done it, continue to do it and not get tired, and that's your range that you're working in. And what you do then is you rate the session, and then you multiply that by the length of time the session was, and then you get like an arbitrary number for like minutes. And this is usually particularly useful for pitch sessions where you're trying to gauge the load by the training session. Obviously that's going to be subjective between people. It's not 100% accurate, but it's a quick and useful tool if you don't have a lot of equipment, or you're just trying to get like a quick fire kind of read on what your session was like. And what you can do then is you can start to add those together in a weekly block, and obviously like a monthly block. And ideally what you want to see then is you want to see a progressive kind of slow increase over time of that load. And what you don't want to see then is huge spikes acutely well above your weekly average, because what will happen is if you spike well above your weekly average in a training session, it just puts you more at risk of kind of like getting injured or picking up something stupid. So that's another way in which you can kind of manage your fatigue, manage your training load properly, and then you don't really need any equipment. The easiest way to do it is mark down a sheet of paper and keep a Excel sheet of it, and then over time you can kind of track that. That's just me being a little bit of a sports science freak in terms of graphs and Excel sheets and like all this sort of stuff. But that's what I plan to do over the next kind of 2-3 weeks to make sure we get back properly. Obviously I was back training properly on this week, which was nice. Still probably like 90% there, but the foot is feeling much better, getting those exercises done. But as far as that goes, that is it for this video. The next one you will see will be a Monday Minute, and then obviously we have our Amsterdam vlog, and then we're going to get to introducing a lot more people into these videos. And we're probably going to go every second week with it. So every second week will be a vlog type video based on something, and the other week then will be my Monday Minute ones. So hope you enjoyed the video. Again, these ones are so all over the place, which is why I'm not going to be doing them every week, because just with work, it's way too busy to get consistent with kind of getting a day where there's a lot going on that I can record, because obviously don't want to be recording kind of new clients or members in the gym without their permission. What I will do is, if the training plan with Dara is going to be long term, then I will kind of like document that. We've got Mike back in again, who is doing the Great Limerick Run in May, so we're going to document that as well. And then we have a couple of more things coming up as well. So hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe, please. Subscribe to my videos in 2019. Let's make this happen. 1,000 subs by March or April. See you next one.